Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Good morning. Wednesday. Oh, it is the 11th day of September. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. A great show lined up for all of you as Riverbender takes time to recognize all that lost their lives on such a tragic day and the events unfolding afterwards. Reminder that coming up in just a few short weeks in the Fly-In Festival at the Pathalto Airport, there's going to be the Global Wall on Terrorism Remembrance Wall, the GWAT wall that the Riverbend Patriots came in just last week and spoke about. They do that each and every year, and that will be back as well. But RiverBender.com today remembers the lives that were tragically lost on such a senseless act on 9/11. We'll take you to top of the hour news now at 9:03. Here's what you need to know. At approximately 6:08 p.m. on September the 9th, the Granite City Police Department responded to a report of a single-vehicle traffic crash on southbound Namioki Road at the Pontoon Road overpass. The victim sustained serious injuries and was pronounced deceased at the scene by the Madison County Coroner's Office. Major Gary Brooks of the Granite City Police Department stated that the case is still under investigation and no further information will be released at this time. Authorities urge anyone with information related to the accident to contact the Granite City Police at 618-877-6111 as they continue to investigate the cause of the crash. So many of you weighed in overnight on RiverBender.com. We'll have more national reaction to the debate later this week on our daily show. In a highly anticipated debate held last night, Republican Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris faced off in Philadelphia, representing their visions for the nation's future. The event drew significant attention from voters and political analysts alike. The debate, which took place at the Pennsylvania Convention Center, covered a wide range of topics, including the economy, healthcare, and foreign policy. Trump emphasized his previous administration's achievements, while Harris defended the current administration's record and outlined plans for continued progress. Audience members and viewers were invited to vote on who they believed won the debate. That poll is live on RiverBender.com with so many of you already weighing in. You can cast your votes at any time on that article. Exciting news for so many. Saw a lot of video about this, one on Riverbender. The Union Pacific Big Boy number 4014 steam locomotive captivated railroad enthusiasts and casual observers in Madison County on Tuesday evening. Listen to this. Hundreds of spectators gathered to witness the passage of the engineering marvel, which boasts a 4884 wheel arrangement and measures over 132 feet in length. Built by the American Locomotive Company in 1941, number 4014 is one of the largest successful steam locomotives ever constructed, and only one of 8 still operable. The historic engine, used for heavy freight services, is continuing its journey to Texas and is expected to complete its tour on the 23rd of October. You all met Brian on our daily show just about a week ago. Brian Dawson, a drywall finisher from Newton, Iowa, recently made a stop in Alton as part of his ambitious 2,450-mile canoe trip down the Mississippi River to the Gulf Coast. Dawson embarked on his journey in June, accompanied by his loyal German Shepherd Jade. Dawson decided to seize the moment and explore the river, saying it's meaning the world to him. Jade provides companionship companionship and security, guarding at night and sleeping in the canoe during the day, trading off shifts. The journey has been both challenging and rewarding, with Dawson documenting his travels and staying in touch with fellow canoe goers and Mississippi River dwellers and his family back home via Facebook. Despite facing high water levels, severe weather, Dawson and Jada persevered, often paddling at night to avoid barge traffic. They camp in city parks or on sandbars using a hammock and a tarp. Dawson's stop in Alton included a memorable meal at Mac's Restaurant and Bar in downtown Alton, and warm hospitality from the town. Focusing on the journey rather than the destination, well, Dawson, he anticipates to reach the Gulf of Mexico by mid-October. It was great to have him on the show. At approximately 5:37 p.m. yesterday, Madison County Sheriff deputies with assistance from the Collinsville Police Department responded to reports of shots fired in the 8900th block of Renee Avenue in the unincorporated portion of Collinsville. Preliminary information indicates that a subject was shot and is currently being treated at a St. Louis Regional Hospital. Authorities have stated that individuals involved in the incident are known to each other, and there is no evidence to suggest that the act was a random act of violence. Madison County Sheriff Office detectives are actively investigating the incident. Further details have not been released as the investigation is ongoing. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend at 9:07. Let's take a quick check at our weather, shall we? 66 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 69. Beautiful outside this morning. Today, going to be a lot of sunshine, and it will be hot. Now, wildfire smoke will cause the sky to be a little hazy, so if you notice a difference, that's why. Tonight, one note from our weather desk, and that's mainly clear. For the next 5 days, let's take a look at it, shall we? Temperatures today will reach 90 degrees. That's the hottest it'll be in the next 5 days, which is always a promising sight. Tonight, temperatures drop down to about 58 degrees. On Thursday, a high of 86, a low of 65 degrees. Now on Friday, anticipate some weather. 90% chance that we're going to get a thunderstorm, a high of only 74 degrees, a low of 66 degrees as we head into Saturday. On Saturday and Sunday, two spitting images of each other. On Saturday, partly sunny skies, a 40% chance of rain, a high of 81, a low of 61 degrees. And on Sunday, partly cloudy skies, a 40% chance of rain, a high of 80, and a low of 62 degrees. Currently, right now, the air quality is at 55, which is moderate. Grass levels are at 12, which is moderate too. Mold is low. Ragweed is high at 275. And the UV index is high today as well at 6. If you're going outside for an extended period, go ahead and put some sunscreen on. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. At 9:09, it's 66 degrees in downtown Alton. Before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on my friends at Village Dispensary. Aren't they just the greatest? You know, I'm telling you what, Village Dispensary, you go in there every day special, and every day they go to elevate your experience on two fronts, both with your satisfaction walking in and out of the door and the product they give you once you, of course, get back to your house. You know, at Village Dispensary, they got an inventory that would make Snoop Dogg blush. It's that vast. And what I think's great, too, they have brand new accessories, some new gadgets, and some really cool stuff in there. Also, when you go in each and every day, there's daily deals where you can get pre-rolls for under $10, edibles for $5 a pack. I can go on and on and on. You've heard me talk about their educational portion of this. So they have this consultation section where if you've never maybe utilized cannabis, you're maybe being advised it might not be a bad option. You can go in there and talk with somebody, and they'll get you the product that fits you, and they'll make sure that you have the best experience you can. You know, you can go to villagedispo.com right now. That's villagedispo.com. Place your order, get the Aero cart, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. That's Village Dispensary or Village Dispo. That's villagedispo.com. We got a good show coming up in just about 2 minutes or so. Kelly's going to join us, and we're going to learn about a great event coming down the pipeline. Then at 10:35, we're going to be talking to Steve Pegram and Got Faith. Plus, we're going to be talking to Ron Root, Our Acres of Terror, as the scary season getting ready to overtake the Riverbend. Plus, Lacy McDonald joins us for our weekly 100 Years Ago segment. Before we get to all of that, why don't we go ahead and take a look at downtown Alton. We'll be back. More Daily Show hits you right after this.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry.
Talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back. We got Kelly in the studio now with American Legion St. Louis Service Women's Post 404. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Always good to see you, and great to have you. It's been a little bit.
It has.
Well, today is 9/11 and such a solemn day, and the events that unfolded afterwards changed the course of not only so many lives but so many families' lives. And coming up in just a few short weeks, there's going to be an opportunity for area veterans. Many, I'm assuming, would be from the global war on terror and that era, where they're going to be getting some help. Kelly, fill me in.
That is true. So, yeah, on this day, I didn't really realize when I made the date to come in, but it's very appropriate for today. So I am part of the St. Louis Service Women's Post 404 American Legion, and I'm also an auxiliary member. Mm-hmm. And I am on the subcommittee for the Stand Up, Stand Down event for helping veterans in the St. Louis area. But I'm here. I'm an Illinois resident, and I'm here to also invite the Metro East area and those a little bit farther out who can make it. Anybody who knows a veteran who is homeless, at risk of being homeless, needs assistance with some legal, some VA benefits to come out also. So I'm one of those Illinois veterans who's kind of like in a dead zone. It's an hour and a half to St. Louis. It's an hour and a half to Springfield. It's an hour and a half to Belleville. And I went over to an event in St. Louis, and they were able to help me out. So I'm part of the Missouri VA healthcare system. And so Illinois veterans are welcome to come out to this event as well. We're not limiting it to Missouri residents.
Well, and, just from what I'm seeing, just at a quick glance, for folks that maybe don't have too much information on the issue, there's well over 40,000 homeless veterans in this country. And it's amazing that, we haven't done a little bit more, I think, to help them, because I don't think anyone who fights and represents our country or in any fashion should have to experience that ever. And to know that there's at least groups here, and especially with what you're saying with being in that dead portion, that's even more tough for so many folks. I'm just assuming. And take me through, just in your experience with the organization so far, how you've been able to witness what they've been doing for area individuals that are at risk, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay, so I wasn't able to attend last year. I was working with Treehouse, but I did. My first event was in 2020, and so Cassie Strom, she's a retired general, is part of our American Legion post in St. Louis, and she realized that there was not really a lot of resources at the stand-up event stand-down event that focused directly on women veterans. So while if you're a vet, you're a vet, but there are differences and there's different needs. A lot of the times females end up being the caretaker of the children. Not to say that dads can't raise kids also, but the majority of the time it is the females. And so there's different needs. We have specific hygiene needs. We have a lot of different care. Our PTSD may be different. They're more likely to be the victims of domestic and partner abuse. So a lot of the times the women didn't feel comfortable just going into this large area surrounded by tables and tables and tables of men.
I'm sure.
Regardless of their desire to help these people. So Cassie created the stand-up event, which was targeting specifically to female needs. And then she was getting ready to retire and move home to Colorado. So she is a dual person. She spends time here in St. Louis, but she's also in Colorado helping family. So she wanted to make sure that the stand-up portion, the stand-up for women, stayed relevant and continue to help the specific needs of female vets. So she contacted the Stand Down event, which is for all veterans, and asked to become part of that group. So that was my first year experience. I sort of went because I needed some help trying to figure out my VA benefits. And so it was amazing. We had our own little area. We were able to provide specific clothing, specific hygiene needs, and targeted care and things that they were specifically looking for. And so it was an amazing event. The women were very grateful. And so to make sure that we are able to keep the women a little bit more feeling secure, we've created an area on the front lawn this year. So one of the feedbacks we had received was they still had to go into the building filled with all of these people, and it really set off their PTSD type symptoms.
I get it. Totally. And, just whenever I was over across the river, my first show was a veteran show, and it was on, it was called Vet Time in America, and it was completely in partnership with the VA. But so many people would call in. It was one of the highest call-in shows over the weekends because folks didn't know about their benefits. And it wasn't just individuals that were older. It was people of all backgrounds that were just wanting advice and wanting to know, what number do I call? What paperwork do I need? What do I need to bring in? What do I qualify for? All of that stuff was being asked every week. And so to have a gathering of this to where you're getting all of these services included on top of this food distribution event, that's critical for so many people. I mean, absolutely critical.
It is. It's not easy. I feel that I'm a fairly educated person, and I have had many, many questions. And sadly, with the VA, it's a very large and it's a government body, so there's a lot of different departments. And sometimes they say, "Oh, well, you need this form for over here, you need that over there," and so just navigating your GI, well, it was the GI Bill, your education benefits, and right now they're finding that a lot of veterans had been discharged from the military with less than honorable due to PTSD-related deployment issues. So, if a veteran comes down with ends up experiencing PTSD after going to a war zone, is that really the fault of the veteran? Is that the result of his service? And then to be discharged. So there will be people there that will help individuals try to renegotiate their service benefits and try to get that changed and changed on their record so they would be allowed to receive more benefits.
I didn't even realize that. That's a whole nother component that you just brought out that I could only imagine how many fall under those guidelines because of just what they went through. And what I think is fascinating, Kelly, is like even just something as simple as the VA home loan benefit where veterans can get beautiful homes. My brother, it was a real estate component. I kept telling my brother, you got to utilize this, and he did. And I mean, his home's beautiful, and he was able to, move in and afford something that really was just a home made for a family. And even things as little as that could, or not as little, but in the grand scheme, compared to healthcare, that's on the smaller side. That could change somebody's perspective on even just their day-to-day and something to drive towards.
Right. So the VA home loan, helped me when my sister and her kids needed housing. I helped raise my sister and her kids.
Wow.
So I was able to afford to get a home that allowed me to have them move in and provide enough room for the boys. She had 3 boys. So I raised my sister, her 3 boys, and our 2 cats.
That's incredible. Yeah. And see, it's just, but how many people don't know about those benefits? And there's so many. And coming up, guys, on September the 28th, 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Soldiers Memorial. That's at 1315 Chestnut, just down the road in St. You know what I think's funny? We can get to St. Louis faster than we can get to portions of the Riverbend. You would know a treehouse, Yes. Well, and getting into this, too, so it's a food distribution event, also where you can learn about VA services along with even more like haircuts and other aspects. How should we tackle this? Let's talk food distribution first. How does that work?
So the St. Louis Food Bank has graciously provided a food truck. So they will have non-perishable type foods and things there. They will also have information on how you'd be able to access more. Sadly, I do not know if that would end up being strictly for, after this event. If it's just going to be for Missouri residents or if Illinois residents would still be able to come over. But I do have an alternative for Illinois residents if that does turn out to be the case.
Okay.
So remind me to talk about Heroes Care. And so veterans, and it will be based on needs. So when you come in, you will need to register. So everybody who shows up needs to make sure they get registered so that we can find out what you need and how to get you to those services. And for our female veterans, we do have a slew of volunteers who will escort female veterans to give them the support and the encouragement they need to access some of the areas that they may not have been willing to go on their own. So our post members and auxiliary ladies are going to be there and assist with that. So you'll be able to access the food truck. They'll be able to distribute you some non-perishable food and then give you more information about their services.
Really cool. And see, to me, that alone is amazing. And another thing that I think is just crucial is going into this dental side of things, because that is just such a dire need for so many people in the St. Louis region, especially down in the city, downtown city portions of St. Louis City, where people are getting so sick because their tooth gets infected, and all of a sudden they're losing parts of their jaw and bacteria spreading everywhere. And even just to know, hey, where to go, you might not get it fixed that day, but you at least have that step, and maybe even a streamlined step, who knows, with how efficient that it seems like all of these groups are when it comes to events like this and causes, where you could get this taken care of within weeks.
Yes. So not only will we have some healthcare on scene. We're hoping to secure somebody to come out to just do general health checks, your blood pressure, that kind of stuff. We'll have haircuts. We're hoping that the people who have volunteered to do some massages will show up. We may have some for the females. We may have some nail care
really
people
cool
there. Yeah, so it's coming down to the wire. So we're hoping to get all of these people who we've been talking to, make sure that they get there. I have a friend who does Reiki, and that's the management of your energy flow. It's a Chinese philosophy. She's going to be in our female stand-up area and hoping to, work with some of the females that come in
really
who
cool.
may be experiencing some anxiety and that type of stuff.
Well, and that's why I just think this is a really great comprehensive day. How many do you guys expect to be at this event?
In past years, it's been 200 to 250
wow.
soldiers who have come in.
Mm-hmm.
About 40 of those have been females. And then there has been a certain number of Illinois veterans come over. And for Illinois veterans, if you need to have a bus pass, so anybody who's in an American Legion or VFW or a church that happens to know some veterans who are at risk or may need some assistance with their VA benefits, you can contact me at vandersand.kelly@gmail.com. And I can see we've got 50 bus passes for the Metro. So I'm hoping that they have not all been taken up.
Yeah.
So it'll be first come, first serve. So we may be able to help with transportation.
This is something interesting, and this is from Women Veterans Healthcare, and this is just about just the rates of PTSD comparatively speaking to men and women post combat, and you're looking at around 13% in women to about 7.2 and 7.9 respectively in men in that range, and that's just a very fascinating stat to really kind of understand too. And going into your point about making sure the women that serve just as well as everyone else did are having their opportunity to go and receive those services,
mm-hmm.
that's big.
It is. So that's why it was important for our female, our post, our St. Louis Service Women's Post is an all-female post,
mm-hmm.
and that was based after World War I, World War II. Sorry, I'm not blanking on that exactly, but our female nurses and everything came back and wanted to join the American Legion, and the men were kind of like, no, we have an auxiliary for females. And they were like, we're combat veterans. We have we've earned the right to join the Legion. And so they formed their own, and it's a female. And there are several all-female units across the nation now. So we have a sister unit that we just helped charter. So that's a place for females who may have experienced some type of assault or, just are having trouble dealing. The majority of the population in the military is male. So there's a lot of different reasons why females may have PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just gives them the security of working with other females. And I can tell you, my first experience with trying to join was not well received. And
really?
So it took me almost 25 years to even consider joining another unit. And when I came across somebody who was part of Post 404, she's like, we're an all-female unit. Come on out and see what we're like. So I invite any females on the Illinois or Missouri side. I'm an Illinois vet,
mm-hmm.
and I go to the Missouri post to come out and check us out and see how supportive and how non-judgmental and how encouraging our unit is.
And how what's the best way to get that information to stop by and reach out and want to join for anyone that is interested?
So they can go ahead and email me at vandersand.kelly@gmail.com. They can look up St. Louis Service Women's Post 404 American Legion unit online. They have a Facebook post and a unit or a post website. So all of that information is on there, and I will be happy to get them in contact with the membership. We usually have a meeting the third Saturday in Shrewsbury. So we are lucky enough to have post 111 that allows us to utilize their facility. So we are able to meet at their facility in Shrewsbury. Usually the auxiliary meets at 9:30 in the morning, and then the post will meet at 10:30, I believe.
Really cool. You got a moment to stick around?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, are you guys looking to go solar? Well, let me tell you about Ryan and Jason. They're behind Grid Solar LLC. They're at the Earth Tones Festival and go to the farmers markets. You might have seen them around if you're popping in and out. You know, what I like about these guys, they join me twice a month on the show, is they're really big about just looking at legislation, because solar is so, dependent on what the legislation's going to be, and it could really make or break someone's decision to go solar. Like, you guys know that Ameren's 1-to-1 net metering is going to change starting January 1. Grid Solar was on talking about it, and when they came on, they said, don't fear it, because now all it really means is you just got to get a battery. The batteries last for 20 years, and you're still looking pretty good, and it actually kind of changes the way they design their arrays a little bit. What I like about Grid Solar is it's that passion meets expertise, and whether you're interested in reducing your energy bills, enhancing sustainability, or simply just investing wisely, they got you covered. Go to gridsolarllc.com and request your free solar design today, and don't forget to tell them you know who sent you over their way. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off dog walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. 9:34, a little bit of change. You were talking about this hero program and at a High Ridge, and you were kind of just mentioning a few of the things and that they're capable of doing for folks, and it was kind of blowing me away because it's not very often you hear of an organization that can truly tackle all the aspects of what someone's going through or what someone could typically need. Now, fill me in. How does this work, and what services do they provide?
Okay, Heroes Care is in High Ridge, Missouri. Sadly, I don't have the exact address. I can email that to you later on. All right. So Heroes Care was developed when
Oh, this is right on. This is, if it's okay, it's 4558 Gravois Village Court in High Ridge. And that zip code for your GPS is 63049. That's 4558 Gravois Village Court in High Ridge, Missouri.
Right. So if a veteran is in need, and so this is a nationwide organization, it is a nonprofit, and having worked at Treehouse, I wrote a lot of grants. And so a lot of companies, corporations are now working with partners. So they have invitation only, and not all, all the nonprofits can't just write in and say, hey, give me donations, give me donations. Right. Sadly, it just is overwhelming. And so a lot of corporations have been going through partnership organizations, and Heroes Care is one of those. So Procter & Gamble, what is the Men's Warehouse, and Bomba Socks. So if you are wondering, do Bomba Socks truly give away free pairs of socks? They do. They do.
Steve Pegram and I were just talking about.
I just got 225 pairs for the stand-up. Well, I didn't. It was a team effort. Sorry.
Right. No, but it's still, you're part of the team.
They did give us 225 pairs of socks. So for our female vets, everybody who comes in to get their specific hygiene pack will get 5 pairs of the Bomba socks.
Really cool.
So Heroes Care, I just contacted them and I said, hey, we're doing this event. We need 50 hygiene packs for females. And they said, come on in. And they asked us what kind of materials we would need. And we were like soap, shampoo, toothbrush, all of that. They just put up a production line. They had all of these little tubs on an assembly line. They called all of their volunteers, and we just walked through and grabbed a bag, filled it up with everything that, they had like 20 items for us to stuff into this bag.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
It was Bomba socks, it was a padlock, it was some Ziploc bags, it was toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, all of these different things in a size that a homeless or an at-risk person might need, right, so they can easily carry. It was a flashlight. Just all of this material. And so they gave us a tour of the facility and explained how it works. So if a veteran can contact them, then they can find out where they can go and get signed up with an organization. American Legions, churches, different organizations can get them signed up, get them in the system, find out what they need. So if a veteran has a job interview, they can say, hey, I need a suit, and Men's Warehouse sends truckloads of suits, and they'll get you hooked up with a suit. You need a haircut. They provide haircuts there on site. I think they said Tuesdays, second Tuesday of the month or something like that. You can call and find out. You might need horse therapy. You want to learn to ride a horse, or you want to get involved with horse therapy. They will click, that's what you're interested in. And then while they were there, they had 2 organizations that offer horse therapy for veterans. Mm-hmm. And then that will trigger a email to go to those organizations, and then they contact you.
I didn't realize how important horse therapy was. Seriously, I mean, it's something you think is just a small component of an overall picture, but sometimes that's all somebody really needs, especially when they're in that type of state, coming back in. And I know that, when my brother was coming back in from Afghanistan during his transition back and all that, he was out in Kansas on a ranch, and he was talking about just how big of a companion those horses can be, and it's incredible, Kelly.
It is. Animals, they don't expect anything from you. They like I rescued a black and tan coon dog, and so this dog. Knowing his background, we know we're at least his 3rd family. And he'd been turned into a kill shelter, and then he'd been rescued, and then he had been abandoned. And so we rescued this dog. This dog just walks up to you, puts his head on your lap, and looks up at you with these big brown eyes. All he wants you to do is pet his head and feed him. That's it. So Heroes Care also has pet supplies.
That's cool.
There are a lot of organizations that will help veterans and a lot of other, just family members in general, provide food. Sometimes they'll put you on a 6-month program so you can keep your animal in your house. Animals have a way of transcending the pain, the agony, the depression.
Yeah.
And will help you. They're showing just petting an animal is enough. I just read an article this morning when I was browsing through that listening to a cat purr is enough to reduce your blood pressure.
Incredible.
And they said you don't even have to have the cat physically. You can just listen to a YouTube video of a cat purring. Going outside and being under a tree in a forest. They're recommending forest therapy for depression. I mean, I'm not an expert on this. So
No,
you
but
definitely
there's
need to
so
talk
many
to your
things.
doctor.
We were just talking about this the other day on the show. We had Flora Van Coten and Sheila. They do a speech once a month at Riverbend Yoga, and it's about animals and souls and the spirituality and what it means to people. And it's really fascinating to hear some of this and just the enlightenment that folks that have those bonds with their pets, really, no matter what type of animal it is, a pet's a pet, and what it means for their mentality and their overall health. It's really incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many veterans who have service animals.
Right.
There are homeless veterans who have service animals that, they struggle day to day trying to make sure that they have enough food for their animal to eat. But this animal provides such a huge benefit for calming, just to give them that sense of security. And it's so much easier to make a connection with an animal sometimes than it is other people.
It is.
It's the people that have caused this problem.
Right.
And an animal just can look at you. And I really hope, my big wish is that everybody could find a connection with an animal. I don't necessarily understand lizards and things like, I love turtles, but I don't feel that bond that I do with my dogs. I mean, all they have to do when I'm coming home, I've had a rough day, I've had a lot of stress. I just come home and I put a dog on either side of me, and sometimes I can just sit on the couch for an hour and it's just all gone.
Right. Well, you're 100%. And just, folks, again, going back to Heroes Care 2 really briefly, that number is 636-600-0096. And if you need any phone assistance or have any questions before you maybe stop over there or want to inquire more. But, Kelly, one thing that you have an insight on more than anybody, getting back to just how important this event is, the Stand Up, Stand Down, is the fact that to have all this under one roof. I mean, you've navigated the VA system for years, and take me through really, or just enlighten us really how much of a maze that can be, and how important it is for folks that maybe aren't as educated as you are on especially this topic. Getting all this in one place and knowing, those connections are being made that day.
So I live west of Jerseyville. It's an hour and a half to Springfield.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half to St. Louis for me. It's a little bit less, hour 20 minutes. Belleville, Missouri VA has the Shiloh facility in Belleville. Currently, it's not taking any new people. And, I tried with the Illinois VA, and I wasn't seeming to get anywhere. And then I went to the Stand Up, Stand Down, and I talked to one of the representatives that helps you get signed in with the Missouri VA. And he was like, we take Illinois vets in the Metro East area as well. And so there are a lot of veterans who are in the same area, same place I am. There's just no close help.
Exactly.
And then just to try to figure out where it is. And so I'm like, I don't need, I'm not I wasn't at risk or anything else.
Right.
I just wanted to figure out how to start accessing my VA. Even when I was looking for my education assistance, it was not always that easy to get, figure it out. That was 25 years ago. But, it was a while ago. So I'm a Desert Storm vet, and so that's a while ago. I'll date myself on that. And so, things have changed a little bit. They're trying to get things streamlined. They're really working towards providing veterans a little bit more assistance. So there are a lot of, if you're an American Legion person, you usually have an advocate. The Department of Missouri VA has advocates. So there's a lot of people out there that are designed to help you navigate that stuff. So if you come to one of these events, there was a Vet Fest in July that the VA put on. And so if you go to one of these, just talking to an advocate who can help you start that off will be your first step, and then will really, really help you. And then there's the VA Whole Health now, which will help you. They give you some guidance. They give you an introductory course. And believe it or not, they have art therapy. I mean, I was blown away by the whole health program that the VA has.
It's not even just that. I mean, I was hearing Tai Chi classes and all of these wonderful opportunities.
Meditation, sleeping, helping with smoking, weight gain, weight loss, PTSD. They have art therapy. They have walking. I was just totally blown away by the amount of stuff that they can help provide.
It's amazing. And getting back to this, especially even if your parents or maybe the veteran in your life is your parent, or maybe even your grandparent, or just an older adult that has transportation issues, this is one that you make arrangements for. We got a few weeks, about 27 days, but who's counting? 17 days, but who's counting? Saturday, September the 28th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. over there at Soldiers Memorial, 1315 Chestnut in St. Louis, where you'll have services regarding mental health, employment, and housing resources, VA benefit assistance, healthcare information, dental and legal resources, haircuts, phone assistance, which is huge, the food distribution event, plus the women's portion again. And just so it's 50 of the 50 packages are going to be handed out, right, with supplies.
Right.
And can you go into that a little bit more?
So the Heroes Care, they were kind enough to donate hygiene bags, the little string backpack things. And so we have a lot of different hygiene supplies in there. And then we've had some other organizations that have donated. Judy and Crew was a big supporter and fundraiser for Treehouse. And I'm still in contact. I help Judy and Crew still with their fundraising efforts. And so still in there so I've been working with Judy and Crew, and when she found out her husband is a veteran, so she immediately just started going through all of her stuff. She pulled out scarves, she put out these little fun USA sunglasses, and some other hygiene supplies, and she's working on getting her other contacts to make some donations. And so she's donated. Military Moms of Missouri has donated. They donated sweatpants. They donated scarves and hats and all sorts of stuff. I was lucky enough that when I was in Walmart, I found a bunch of stuff on clearance. Bandanas. If you're a military person, you know how to use a bandana in a lot of different ways. So I got bandanas on clearance for 10 cents a piece.
Oh, wow.
Packs of underwear. So socks. There's going to be a lot of socks. If you're homeless or at risk, socks, underwear, and bras for females. Those are the things that are always most requested.
Really, but it's just so important. And Kelly, it was great talking to you today, and we'll make sure to link everything in an article on Riverbender. Once again, the Stand Up, Stand Down for Homeless Veterans event in partnership with Greater St. Louis Veteran Leadership Committee. Kelly Vandersand with American Legion, St. Louis Service, Women's Post 404. The event Saturday, September the 28th, 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Soldiers Memorial, 1315 Chestnut in St. Louis, Missouri. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show hits you next right here on a Wednesday morning.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back, Daily Show, smacking you in the face, 9:52 on a Wednesday morning, and here's what's happened on this date in history. The big one, of course, is the terrorist attack on September the 11th, 2001, and that's truly the only event that we're going to dive into on this date. The other one was Nikita Khrushchev dying in 1971, but the big one, thousands of lives lost in a senseless terrorist attack during September the 11th. RiverBender.com, as I said, starting the show, remembers all of those lives lost in the aftermath thereafter that affected Riverbend families as their sons and daughters, went over and enlisted in the aftermath of that. So the big one on the state in history, the September 11th terrorist attacks. What I thought was really unique too, and honestly, I thought it was just after last night, and regardless of who you thought won the debate, both sides I thought could have done better. It was really cool to see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Trump and J.D. Vance standing side by side with each other today at that remembrance ceremony. I mean, honestly, it was really cool. I don't know if you guys saw that picture. Here, let me see that. Because it was just, after, just knocking each other senseless for an hour and a half, I mean, and just a ruthless debate, it was really cool to see them over there and exchanging pleasantries and standing kind of side by side in that show of unity. I just thought it was really cool. Let's see if I can pull that up here. Here, let me show you this. I mean, we'll go picture in picture here, but that's the photo. You got U.S. President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris. You got the former mayor of New York, Michael Bloomberg, there, and then you got Trump's team on the other side. But it was just really cool to see that show of unity, especially right now during the midst of a pretty tumultuous election. So saw that today, wanted to share that with you too. On the state of music history, in 2020, the Rolling Stones album, Goathead Soup, was at #1 on the UK chart. It was the 11th British and 13th American studio album by the Stones released on August 31st, 1973, and it had been remixed by Giles Martin for this reissue in COVID 2020, and it included a deluxe edition with bonus tracks and unreleased outtakes. So it was really cool. That was re-released on this date in 2020. On this date in 2003, Tommy Chong, one half of Cheech and Chong, was sentenced to 9 months in federal prison and fined $20,000 for selling drug paraphernalia over the internet. My favorite story, guess who his cellmate was? Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. He actually got Jordan Belfort to write the book. 65-year-old Tommy Chong pled guilty to charges in May of 2003. He remained free until April 2004 when he went to jail. On this date in 1996, Noel Gallagher walked out on the rest of Oasis halfway through the American tour after a fight with his brother Liam in a hotel in Charlotte. Noel flew back to London the following day, and now people are are going crazy over their tickets going on sale again. On this date in 1988, Michael Jackson appeared at the Antrim Racecourse in Liverpool on his Bad World Tour. Over 3,000 fans were treated by St. John Ambulance Service for passing out, hysteria, and being crushed amongst the crowd of 125,000 fans. That's incredible. The largest concert of the 123-day tour. John Cougar Mellencamp was the only male artist on this date in 1982 to have 2 singles in the U.S. top 10 as well as a #1 album. Jack and Diane was #4, while Hurt So Good was at #8. His album, American Fool, was at #1 for the first of 9 weeks on this date in 1982. Also on this date in 1982, Chicago was at #1 on the singles chart with Hard to Say I'm Sorry, the group's second U.S. #1, taken from the film Summer Lovers. It also was a #4 hit in the United Kingdom. In 1976, KC and the Sunshine Band went to #1 on the singles chart with Shake, 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 Shake Your Body, the group's third U.S. #1. It was a #22 hit in the UK. In 1971, Donny Osmond started a 3-week run at #1 with Go Away Little Girl, the singer's only U.S. solo chart topper. The song had been a #1 for Steve Lawrence in 1963. Also, on this date in 1968, bassist from Sly and the Family Stone, Larry Graham, was busted for pot possession as the band arrived in London to start their UK tour. On this date in 1964, the London Evening News reported that a 16-year-old Etham College boy introduced as Laurie Yarham was everyone's idea of a winner in a Mick Jagger look-alike contest. Laurie looked like Mick Jagger and seemed to know his every action at the audience until the winner turned out to be Mick's younger brother. His name wasn't Laurie, it was Chris Jagger. That's pretty great. And let's see. Okay, one final one for you. In 1952, after Atlantic Records bought Ray Charles's contract from Swing Time for just $2,500, Charles recorded his first session at Atlantic. And over the next 7 years, he would record such classics as Mess Around, I Got a Woman, Hallelujah, I Love Her So, and What I Say. Born on this date in history in 1977, Ludacris was born. I just found out that he doesn't have oversized arms. Those were just prosthetics. Also born on this date, that's about it. 9:58, before we take a break, let me fill you in on Hainer Library. They are the community staple and really Alton's and the region's living room. You know, whether or not you want to stop on in that door to unlock your family's history, unlock that door to adventure with the Library of Things, or unlock sustainability and local gardening with their seed library with all native plants, plus their consumer and resource guides, that door to keeping you safe from pretty big purchases in case one goes awry, you can get some details first, or your door to unlocking even more resources as a high school student and a college student with their citation tool. I mean, so many big things that are there at Hainer Library with your library card. It could just be a door to relaxation. Hell, listen to me. You hear me talking. I ain't reading books all the time, but you know what I am using my library card for? I'll tell you now. I'm using it for ad-free, for free streaming with Biblio Plus, so I can get free movies, free TV without commercials with my Hainer Library card. They've done so much over there at Hainer, and each and every week there's always events happening. Go to HainerLibrary.org, click on the How Do I tab, click on the Get a Library Card tab, you put your contact information in, put your address in, and boom, 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 you're good to go. All you got to do is tell them CJ sent you over their way. We're talking to Lacy McDonald from the Genealogy and Local History Department here in just about 10 minutes. We're also going to be talking to Steve Pegram, Ron Root at 10:30. More of our daily show as we're rolling around the top of the hour here on this Wednesday in downtown Alton. It's 10 o'clock. We'll take a quick break. In the heart of the 618, more of our daily show smacks you in the nose next.
Mark your calendars for August 9th.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry. Talk to me, Dream Team. We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm all right. I don't want you to tell me it's time to come home. I don't care what you say anymore, this is my life.
Welcome back. 10:03 on this Wednesday morning. Football season is in full swing in Madison County Circuit. Judge Sarah Smith has taken on a new role as we stop top of the hour news as deep wing official in the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference, alongside her duties as circuit judge and the colonel in the Illinois Army National Guard, is now officiating high school football games across southern Illinois. How cool. With a family deeply rooted in football, Smith saw this as a perfect time to step into officiating as she plans her retirement from the military next year. Smith is excited about a new chapter and encourages other women to consider officiating in sports. I bet those coaches aren't going to be arguing with that referee. The Edwardsville Community Unit School District number 7 Board of Education discussed family and community engagement during their work session on Monday, September the 9th. Identified as Goal 4 in the district's strategic plan, the aim is to develop and strengthen connections with students, families, educators, and the community. Mary Ann Mitchell, the district's public relations and communications director, highlighted successful engagement efforts such as new websites averaging about 18,000 monthly users and weekly newsletters sent out by all 13 schools. The district also been active at community events and promoting various communication platforms to enhance engagement. Also in the news this morning, firefighters and paramedics from the Collinsville and Edwardsville fire departments recently participated in swift water rescue training at the Collinsville Aquatic Center. The training took place on Monday, September the 9th, including both indoor and outdoor sessions designed to equip emergency responders with essential water rescue skills. Participants learned various techniques for self-rescue and victim rescue, as well as the proper use and maintenance of specialized equipment. They also practice rope systems and knot tying skills. Crucial for water rescues, the collaboration underscores commitment to safety and preparedness among emergency responders in the region. Father McGivney Catholic High School girls cross country team had a remarkable start as Alina Ryback shattered the school record for 3 miles with a time of 16 minutes and 46 seconds. Wow. Competing solo, Ryback dominated the girls' varsity field. Reflecting on her performance, she credited Waterloo's Cameron Crump for pushing her during the race. Crump also achieved a personal record of 17 minutes, 3 seconds, and 20 milliseconds. Ryback had been rigorously preparing for the season, incorporating weightlifting and mental training, and will compete in Peoria this weekend. She expressed her optimism for her preparation and the promising start to the season ahead. The Riverbend East Rotary Club recently celebrated the Wirtz family, owner of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service Company, by presenting them with the Business of the Year Award. Nick, Cheryl, and Dwight Wirtz were recognized for their significant business accomplishments and dedication to the local community. The Wirtz family, based in Wood River, has earned a stellar reputation for providing high-quality, reliable welding and tank services. Their long-standing commitment to excellence, along with their community service, has made them a cornerstone in Wood River and the Riverbend region, earning them this distinguished honor. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this morning. Let's take a look at our weather. It's already 75. Wow, that jumped. 75 degrees out there. It feels like 80. Humidity at 58%. Today, brilliant sunshine and hot. But the wildfire smoke will cause the sky to be hazy. Now, tonight, mainly clear, and that's your only weather note. Temperatures will reach 91 degrees today and drop down to 58 overnight as we head into Thursday. On Thursday, a high of 86 degrees, a low of 63. On Friday, a 88% chance of thunderstorms, a high of only 74, a low of 66 degrees. And on Saturday, a high of 78, a low of 64 with partly sunny skies and a 40% chance of rain. And on Sunday, they're now calling for a 42% chance of rain, partly sunny skies, a high of 80 degrees on the dot, and a low of 62. Air quality right now is at 66, so that's starting to get a little bit rough out there for all of you with some breathing and sinus trouble, and that's ranked at moderate. Grass levels are at 12, which is moderate. Mold is low. Ragweed is high at 275, and so is the UV index at 6. Going outside for a couple of hours, put some sunscreen on. The sun will set at 7:14 tonight, but right now at 10:08 at 75 degrees, it feels like 80s. Call 618-465-4545. For time and temperature throughout the day, this time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. Hey, before we talk to Lacy, let me fill you in on RP Lumber. All right, quit kicking the bucket and buy one. Here's why. You got to buy a 5-gallon RP bucket for $4.99, and here's what you get. 20% off almost anything you can fit inside the darn thing. How about that? I mean, think about it. A 5-gallon bucket, you can fit a lot in, believe me. And you can, maybe it's a tape measure, maybe it's spray paint for that outdoor project you wanted to fix before the start of the winter. You know, all those things. Maybe it's extension cords. Maybe it's, cleaning equipment. Maybe it's eyewear. All of those things that could keep you safe and keep your job moving before the weather starts to change is now 20% off on almost anything you can fit into an RP Lumber 5-gallon bucket. You got to buy the 5-gallon RP bucket for $4.99, and then you get 20% off on almost anything you can fit inside the darn thing. How about that one for you? 1 week bucket sale, September the 9th through the 14th. Get on over there to RP Lumber. click on the RiverBender.com wallpaper or just go to rplumber.com. Put your zip code in, select your store, and find the store nearest you, and get on over to RP Lumber. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. 1010. We'll come back with more of our daily show, but before we do, let's take a look at Skycam, shall we?
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hey, mama, don't you treat me wrong. Come and love your daddy all night long, all night long.
Oh, Lacy, I haven't seen candy cigarette. Where do you get these?
All right.
It's right next to Gumbo to Go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You know, I worked at Hit and Run for two. Well, it's when I was in between. I was getting back from Texas with wrestling, and I'm like, I gotta have a job until I can get back into radio. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you what, that is the toughest job in the area. Though, I mean, I'm serious. Those folks got to work hard over there at Hit and Run. Man, it's busy.
Right. Hey, when people are driving up and you have to take care of them. And
so you know what my breaking point was?
What
whenever
was
I didn't put light ice in the soda, and I got yelled at, and I said, they can have it. They can have it. It's for tougher souls. Tougher souls than CJ. That's why I didn't stay. But you got to be good to be there, and they are talented over there at Hit
Oh
and
yeah,
Run.
they're all really nice.
So you wrote about the circus,
I
and that's
did.
pretty much my life, so I connect with it pretty well. But this is so. What I think so cool about your articles is I try to go back to like 1924, CJ. What would that look like? And am I talking into a drop-down microphone, and it's like breaking news? Welcome in, alert, alert. Or, the one lady that worked for the radio station that would just chain smoke one after the other and always hit her cough button and all. She was great. I mean, she was so talented. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just try to put my perspective in there. And like the circus is the biggest thing that could come to your town besides the World's Fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was huge. And because the circus usually traveled by train, all the circuses traveled by train.
Yeah.
And Alton was a big train town. The circus came through just about every year. A circus might have come through every year. I know the Hagenbeck Wallace circus that I'm talking about today, I found Alton on their train schedule for most of the years. I couldn't find all of their schedules, but for all the ones that I could find,
Really fast.
Alton was on it.
Was Alton on that just because of it being a bigger municipality at the time? Because it was just such a large, it was an undefined area for the most, or not undefined, but it was a lot bigger than and dense in population.
Oh yeah, there were lots of people, and also it was right on the train line, so it was easy for them to come. And
you could just hop off and go.
Yeah.
Now, how did they get all that stuff off the train?
Well, you know what? Okay, they had mules and horses and other animals. Sometimes the
I want to smoke today.
Sometimes the elephants actually were part of helping set things up, not just part of the show.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So they had to like load up the elephants and let them carry some stuff?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if that was mostly just to like entertain the people that were watching. I don't know how helpful the elephants really were, or if it was.
Imagine Sarah McLaughlin if she was back in them days.
You know what? It was
bad.
This was like the way to see animals because zoos were not the way, you didn't
Right.
have zoos the way that we do now. The St. Louis Zoo had just started, but they didn't have as many animals. I don't think they had as many animals as most circuses. But also, the circuses the animals were very confined for most of the time. They were in small train cages.
Right.
So it was not a great life for the circus animals.
And I'm sure, too, I mean, even to go to a zoo back in 1924 is more like you have to plan for that event. You can't just hop in the car like you can today and go over. I mean, you could.
Yeah, that's a good question because you could probably take the train over to St. Louis to see. But even with zoos,
right.
It's not the way that we think of zoos right now.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So, anyway, I was doing I had to fill in for Alton Little Theater as a last-minute, actor.
Oh, yeah?
And it was an elephant's graveyard where they hung the elephant in, now I forget what part of Tennessee. It was, way down there. They have an elephant sanctuary down there now.
Okay.
But anyway, it's just, crazy to me, though, learning about the circus a year ago, how much of an event it was. I mean, now you can't even find a circus if you don't look hard enough, and it was just and it was every day. It seemed like every town had a circus going on.
Yeah, the circus came to you. Now you have to go to the circus, but in that day, the circus came to you.
That's back when they were workers,
Well, and it was crazy how many people were involved.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just the performance. I mean, you had so many people that were unloading, the tent. The tent itself, the big top tent could accommodate 10,000 people. So
oh my God.
To think about how many workers would have been required to get that up and then move on, and take it back down and pack it in the trains and move on every single time. It's just insane.
So there was over $50,000 spent on their wardrobe alone.
Yes.
And that's not $50,000 in today's money.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's $925,000 in 2024 money.
It's like Sheriff, she's upset, what she goes to the store with. But but I mean, just think about that though. And the wording on this is very fascinating too, how you were quoting some of the verbiage.
Yeah.
So was there I don't know how to phrase this. Was there a certain coding, like circus talk?
you know what?
They had how you have designate or power hitter or the machine for pool holes and all that, what they would say. Was that put in the paper as how they build their certain acts?
This was interesting. So the first part that I quoted, you can't have a circus without clowns and girls, and you must have plenty of both if you have a big circus such as the Hagenbeck Wallace, which comes to Alton, That exact phrasing, and then with another town inserted in. And then also when I talked about the different performances, like 3 herds of performing elephants. The Australian wood choppers just arrived from the land of kangaroos. All this stuff was taken verbatim from a whole bunch of different newspapers. So I got it from the Alton Telegraph, but when I looked for those phrases, I found them all over the place. So I assume that was being sent ahead like a press release, and then the newspaper just printed it.
I figured. Okay, yeah. I was so fascinated by that. Think about this. There were over 100 domesticated animals.
So like horses, dogs, stuff like that. And then 150 wild animals. So elephants, tigers, lions, bears, camels, zebras, monkeys, snakes. And they specifically said 1 hippopotamus. So
did they get it for Christmas too?
Yes, they got it for Christmas. And it went on the train.
Oh, I love it. But so how did the circus was the circus like the performers, were they like carnies? Or were they considered like more of the white collar entertainment?
Oh, you know what? That's a really good question. A lot of times it was like full families that were coming. So some of the performers, especially some of the equestrians, some of the clowns, like the performers that had their names on the signs were really treated like celebrities.
Wow.
And so like there were the performers, and then there the main performers, and then a whole bunch of like unnamed. I mean, names,
right.
But like unnamed on posters and stuff. Performers, and then there were all the people that were putting it together behind the scenes, all that, and they all traveled together.
Like the ringmaster, like to me, I can just see this because like carnies, you always hear about it being kind of a little grungy, or it was always gimmicky. But here it seems like it would be like if we're going to see like Beyonce at Enterprise, the MC of the night's going to be well dressed, and it's going to be really kind of more clean, maybe not in terms of what's happening, but in just terms of presentation.
I think so.
I don't know. I'm just kind of getting
about how much they spend on costumes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like it's
production.
Yeah.
And I also, they were also on the train for 50 weeks out of the year. So
God, that would suck. How smelly you gotta be.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so dirty might be part of that life. But yeah, it was certainly a production. I didn't put it in the article, but there was one thing that I found. I don't think it was this year, but one of the years there was a lawsuit because the circus came to town and they put the posters all over businesses that they hadn't gotten permission to put.
No way.
Yeah. And so the businesses were asking for the funds in order to get those taken down so they didn't have to spend their own money to take down these circus signs after the circus was gone and they were just left with the tattered signs that were up really high. That was part of it too. It wasn't something you could just get a little ladder and get stuff off. They were put up high on buildings. So sometimes businesses agreed to that, and then occasionally, apparently, the people came because there'd be like an advance crew that would come to town, like get everybody hyped up, put up the posters, and then the circus would come through after that.
No, so you had Ringling and Barnum.
Yes,
but where did Hagenbeck Wallace kind of fit into that hierarchy?
They were the second biggest is what it said. It was also really confusing because circuses kept combining and getting different names. So for a while, I want to say the Wallace Circus was really the one that was focused on animals, wild animals. And so when it was the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus, it said largest circus in the world, still giving free daily street parades. So they did a street parade every time they came to town. They were also the largest wild animal show in the world, according to the ads. So I don't know if you couldn't Google that in that time period. So you can say a lot of things.
There was like 800 biggest in the world.
Yeah, exactly. But they did do for years and years. They'd stopped doing it, I think in the 30s, but they did do a parade with all the animals, with the performers down the street so that people would get excited for the circus. And this is really funny too. They stopped doing it at one point and people didn't understand that the circus had stopped, so everyone got mad at the mayor.
Oh my God.
He had to issue a statement. Yeah, the mayor of Alton.
Oh my God.
Like, the circus came to town, they didn't do the parade. Everybody got mad at the mayor, assuming that he had said that they couldn't do it. So the mayor's office had to issue a statement like, the circus doesn't do that anymore. We didn't tell them they couldn't. It's just not part of their shtick. So that was pretty funny.
Oh my God.
I know. I want to say that was like 1928 or early 30s,
So
a little bit later than this.
Was it one of those things where, like in the Telegraph back in the day, I'm sure that you had opinion pieces written. Was there any like opinion pieces wrote about, you know, their experience as a family going to the circus that you could find or anything like that?
I didn't see anything for 1924 like that. I'm not sure. A lot of the more opinion pieces were really more like
I'm sure they were. I just didn't know if someone ever put out, hey, you know, we went as a family and we had a good time and we saw the, you know, elephant squash a balloon.
That was usually later, like it would be somebody talking about their memories. So
gotcha.
If I could look in like the 1960s,
that makes sense.
They would have that. A lot of the news parts of the newspaper in the 1920s, there would be different there would be one person that wrote a column, the columnist.
Right.
Yeah. So like there was one about driving called Give 'em Gas. And there was one that was called Stray Scraps that was just about like little things that were happening around town. And that guy wrote a lot of poetry too. So sometimes there'd be a poem in there. But yeah, so I think those memories of the circus would be in later newspapers.
Now, did they have a big crowd in Alton when they had? I mean, was it like a citywide event or was it like a neighborhood specific or maybe
it was citywide. I don't know if they filled up the 10,000 person tent, but they certainly had a lot of people go. It talked about the kids watching the tents being erected, like and the elephants, and getting to see all the animals beforehand. So even if you couldn't afford the admission between the parade and the setup, you got to see.
It's crazy how much our country's evolved in 100 years. I mean, think about it. Our kids now are on Snapchat watching people fly jets that aren't theirs, and then it used to be watching somebody put a tent up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about that. That was 100 years ago. We were watching tent building, and now we're on Snapchat.
If an elephant was putting up a tent, I would still go down by
you
the
know
river
what?
and
That's
watch.
true. But it's like, I was thinking about that. How many times you just drive by those carnivals as the Ferris wheels just in the parking lot, not even give a damn anymore?
Or I pretend it's not happening so I don't have to take my kids to it.
You just get, no, they're just parking for the day. You know, like you just blow on by it. But that would have been a whole, if it was 1924 today, all of Alton would be outside watching that Ferris wheel get put up.
That's true.
Man, that's amazing. What are you writing about next?
So next week,
it's already 10:30. Wow. We've been flying through this one.
I am writing about, this one it required so much research because I couldn't figure it out at first. It was an attraction where you drove your car up and down hills and you had to pay for it. Like somebody constructed this.
Stop. Get the hell out of here.
It's called the Ocean Wave. And they constructed it in a farmer's field. And then had like a bandstand and a lemonade stand. And then it didn't do very well, so the guy left town. It was a whole thing. But
that sounds fun.
It was so I had to figure out what it even meant. And then I couldn't find any pictures that were even close related. The best I could find, apparently they used to build these like wooden tracks that you could drive your car on. And but I didn't want to put those pictures in because this was literally just dirt mounds.
The mine car at Six Flags would be more entertaining than that. That's amazing. So this guy just decided, you know what? Let's rip people off by paying them to be on our road.
He quit his job to do this.
Oh my God, I'm excited. I can't wait for this one. When's it get released on Riverbender?
It'll be out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Get ready for a fun one. Is there any living relatives?
I don't know. Maybe we can find some on the show.
We might have to. Here we go. Lacy, always great to have you. And this was a fun one. The circus came to town.
Circus came to town.
And now next week, so was a hill.
Yeah.
10:28, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Our Acres of Terror and Got Faith right after this on our daily show.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Okay, Steve Pegram has done it again. I'm telling you what, you figured this out. You have cracked the code, Steve. Every time I see you, you bring something else really cool in, and this time was my favorite. So you brought me in a bell from the Polar Express. You talked to your cousin the other day, I'm guessing.
I did, yeah.
It's incredible. Steve, you and I were talking on Wednesday, Friday? Man, it was a week.
Last week was last Wednesday? Yeah, last week.
A week was a year ago, you know. Felt like it. Well, we were talking about, bringing Ron on because of the safety zone and all of that. But man, what better time? I mean, Halloween season, the shelves already have those pumpkins on them, life's good.
Lowe's is decked out, Home Depot's decked out, our acres are we've been decking it out the last 2 months. We've been going hard on it.
I was always wondering about that, how you guys, when you started that process.
Really, we start right when we close down. Just kind of, baby steps here, but you got to take all the electric out right away, from the season before, since we're an outdoor attraction. But the Halloween Haunt Convention Show comes in early March of the following year. So we're in the middle of getting ready to hit spring, and the Halloween convention shows in downtown St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, blood's flowing now, just like you on your C4s. I told him, I said, I see there's 3 C4s on here, and he's rocking and rolling with them.
I told you.
And Reese's Sticks.
The lower third hides a lot, man.
We do. We get going, we get excited, and then we really start in the first of spring and slowly get into it. And then the last 3 months before we open, my build crew, I couldn't do it without my build crew, and of course our actors. We're out there every Friday night, all day Saturday, and just blood, sweat, and tears, building stuff and changing scenes up and stuff.
Well, man, I'm serious. Some of my best memories are at our Acres of Terror.
Well, that's awesome.
I mean, I will never forget when the first time we went, and we had no idea, what to get into. Hell, I don't even remember what year it was, but I was young, and all of a sudden, before we even got in there, Michael Myers was walking around the damn where the gravel is, with the chicken coops were, and all that. And I swear, I remember it all, man.
I can remember the scene. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I swear to God, you saw so much liquid coming out of me, it was not even funny. I didn't make it the first year, but year 2 we went back.
So we go from the Polar Express bells to body fluids, and it's true. We literally have people losing control.
I bet.
Honestly, and we're a haunted house that we like the old fashioned scares. We like up in your face, that personal bubble, and we're not a haunt that goes demonic ways or anything like that. We like the good old-fashioned scare.
That's why I love it, man, because even when I'm leaving, I'm not staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning going, what the hell just happened to me? I was shell shock. It's a great thrill. Yeah. And I mean, what's it feel like, Ron, to really be recognized, for all the hard, I mean, it's been years in the making, but really becoming that regional.
The last few years have been just amazing.
Yeah, man.
Seriously, we've been going on and off since '96. Started off with plastic tunnels and jack-o'-lanterns and candles lighting the path, to now we're in theatrical lighting, and we do have some nice big animatronics out there too as well. But it's really we closed down in 2020 for personal reasons. Then my son moved back, said, "Dad, let's start the haunt up again." So my son Brandon, he's half owner now.
Cool.
And I said, "Bud, you got to help me out because we sold everything. We got to rebuild." And we've rebuilt just pretty much 90% of the haunt in the last 3 years. So this is year number 4, and we've gotten more attendance every year since we reopened in 2021.
It's incredible, man. And it's got to be cool too, I'm sure, getting a kind of a jolt of life again with, having your son be interested in it. And really
and not just my son Brandon, my son Greg's there too.
Oh, cool.
My son Greg's there, and my daughter, she's 12, Joey, and she fell in love with scaring people when she was 6. So her first scare, again, when we have a scene where our kids are schoolhouse playground area, right? We have adult supervision in that area. We don't have anybody outside. If they're that young, they're family.
Right.
Well, she got her first scare by this big 6-foot guy, and she's just sitting there, just playing like she's a prop, and she just turns her eyes and looks at the guy, and of course, man, she's real. Oh my gosh, what the heck's going, and she's like, "Yes, I got him. I'm addicted to it." Now she has her own makeup room in her own room. She practices all year long, and it's neat. It's neat. We call it our haunt family, not just immediate family. Mr. Peagram's extended haunt family. I've known him for years from when our kids went to school in Dow. When Dow Elementary was up, and like I said, it's been going on for a while, and it's neat. We have a real core. When you pull in, you're greeted by people that care about our attraction, from the parking attendants to the people at the ticket booth to the people in the line, our key line actors. Before you get to the rule shack, your picture taken and everything. It's a family thing.
Yeah.
We're here to scare you.
Right.
100%.
Right. This ain't chess.
But we're doing it in a family-oriented way.
Well, and what I think's really cool about that is you're right. And you can get that sense when you're walking in, because there's sometimes, and I've been to a lot of really cool attractions and stuff, and there was, all over. I mean, even in London and all that have some pretty cool 4D.
Yeah.
But there's something about getting into an atmosphere where you don't have that vibe in that kind of air in the room, where you actually kind of feel like, man, this is a little bit different, and that's not cool all the time. So to have what you guys have is special. It truly is.
Yeah, and having the woods,
stop.
The natural woods as the backdrop. It's just, and we literally have real coyotes out there howling at night,
Right. Well, you know what I think's cool too? I've always said this, Steve. I said, why don't they just take all the actors out one day and just put people in the damn woods by themselves and say, you're going to get scared, but we aren't telling you when. Those people would go crazy in 10 minutes.
We've thought about doing a camp out.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a new fad going on, to where, you do a camp out over the night. And you do kind of a scavenger hunt, to where you're within the haunt, you have live actors, and you're looking for clues and stuff like that.
Fun, man.
So that's something that we've been kind of looking into, maybe next year, hopefully. But it is. You work 40 plus hours a week, you have a family, and then you have the haunt.
Right.
It's a lot, and you don't know how much time God gives you,
Big time.
We don't know. But like I said, my extended family, the haunt family, they're my family too. They're not blood, but they're my family. And we have all shades of colors, walks of life out there that they come in and they have Mr. and Mrs. Root, myself and my wife, my boys. We are faithful people, just like Mr. Pegram here. And we bring that to the table. We don't force anything on them, but before we go out, we pray. We're praying before we go out that we have a good time. Everybody's kept safe and everything. And then God give us the lungs, give us the screams, and let's scare the bejesus out of people.
Right.
And at the end of the night, we're all back in the huddle at the camp scene or up front. And we're talking about the scares and talking about all the fun that the people, oh, did you see that one? Did you get that one? Because we play off everybody, Everybody's not there. You can't scare everybody.
Right.
You find the one that's in that group or the few.
You're good to go.
And then everybody else is, just loving it, just getting the entertainment because we're giving you entertainment.
Absolutely. And a big portion of that atmosphere we were talking about earlier is to have, the security zone or that kind of quiet zone for people that need.
The safe zone.
I mean, it's always good. And, take me through, you guys obviously have that connection and all of that, know each other, but to have that Got Faith organization with you guys, it's got to be really cool for folks from the region to go and see a partnership happening with two completely opposite, you would think entities. You know what I'm saying? It's really unique.
People are scaring the crap out of people. The people have tried, and technically, we're all trying to bring everybody.
That's true.
Together.
No, that's true.
We literally are. But again, we met years ago at Dow Elementary. And what year did you start the Got Faith?
Oh man,
we always forget that one, don't we? We've done this interview so many times.
A long time.
Yeah.
But
a long time.
I don't know if you reached out to me or I reached out to you, and he says, hey, and just we kind of bounced it off each other. It's like, we do have people that can't make it through. We literally have grown men that will turn around in a second or third scene.
Yeah.
We don't, people's scares and their react. Everybody's totally different. You could have a 10-year-old go through and give everybody a high five, and then you have somebody that pees their pants.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have that safe zone. And that's where Mr. Pegram comes in, and we'll take them over there. All of our actors, everybody knows that if they're in the Got Faith tent, they're safe. And, and then you got all the goodies out there. He's, he's got promotional product. It's just a whole spot right there, and then Steve takes over from there and talks to him, or when he's in the North Pole for his Santa Claus class, he has other Got Faith members there taking it over for him too. So really cool. If you want to say what you do in the tent,
and the thing of it is, when the people get scared, they bring them up.
Yeah,
they don't say, "Hey, go up there."
Yeah, go walk.
Escorted. They escorted right up there. Yeah. They've got security. They've got all of that stuff. And they just bring them up. We've got lawn chairs, and they just sit there. We give them sodas or whatever, whatever they want, and just sit and talk to them. Basically listen to them.
Well, and
they tell us all their problems and all that. But
it's amazing what people will just literally open up like a book. And it is.
It's
some people just want. Sometimes they just want somebody to talk to.
Yes.
And Steve's that guy for sure, 100%.
Well, and that's what I think is really just unique about this whole thing is because you got Faith. Steve, we've been talking for 2 years now about all the folks and how what I think's great on both aspects of this is just like if I walked in tomorrow to Miss Martha's closet, and I don't have any. I'm going to go pick up some shirts because even though, I have a job and life's good, my paycheck don't come for 2 weeks and I'm out of clothes, And that's what I think's really cool on the flip side is that you guys have this to where it's really welcoming for everybody because we all know there's those parents that their kids want to go so bad and they're like, and who knows why they don't want to go because you never know what happened before that. And,
exactly.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah, you don't know.
And so to kind of have this opportunity where everyone's welcome and you guys are so professional in how you do it, it's a really unique way to showcase all aspects of the, just the way and the mission you guys both have for the respective organizations.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. It is. It's a good time. It is a good time. And, being out in the woods, out, in the country, we want everybody to feel welcome when they come out there. Because we got people coming from St. Louis. We got them coming from all over.
I bet you do. Do you have states? Do you have states that you guys know of that you like mark on a pin? Because that's really where you're at now.
Everything's surrounded. All of our surrounding states people have come. We had people.
Incredible.
Dude, we're leaving Chicago. How late are you guys open? You know, it's like our last ticket sold at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
But when we'll sell tickets until 11. So our line can be completely full at 11, and it'll take about, when we're at capacity in our lines, it's about an hour and a half from the time you buy a ticket. If we're completely full all the way to the start gate, about an hour and a half. But in that hour and a half time, last year we had, I'm not going to give you the surprise this year, but we have entertainment up front.
Cool.
We have entertainment up front. And we're changing it up a little bit this year, but we have key line actors up there. Mm-hmm. We have Azrael. Azrael, this vampire, I tell you what, I don't know. He has to be a vampire because of the knowledge of history this guy has is freaking amazing. I mean, seriously, it's amazing. So I was like, oh, I was there. He's got that, you know, that pretty. Oh, I was there at that time in 1825. This is what, you know. But we have characters up line. You know, we have scares going on even up front in the line. We have horror carnival games. We have a 14-foot skeleball to where you're throwing skulls into a moving skeleton with baskets and stuff. Yeah. So we do have entertainment up front. So that hour and a half, it'll go by fast. We got music going on, so we got Halloween music and stuff going on. We got bathrooms. You don't have to pay to park. You know, so
that's a big plus, honestly.
Yeah.
Right?
So, and that's thanks to my father-in-law Walt Gregory and my mother-in-law Carol Gregory, who has blessed me to let me, you know, fulfill my ambitions of a haunted house, and it's out in the woods, man. It's just awesome. It is. It's awesome.
You couldn't pay for that landscape, you know, even if you wanted. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just a great thing. And now, what day do you guys start again?
It's September 28th, which is Friday. Yes, am I right? Yep, the 28th. Yeah. So we're open Friday and Saturday, 28th, 29th of September, and then every Friday and Saturday in October. Inclement weather, you just pay attention to our Facebook and all that. It's got a downpour for us to close, but our first thing is safety.
Well, it's got to be
safety.
Because it's a blessing and a curse with where you guys are at too. Because good luck getting through the woods in a rainstorm. You know,
our path is completely mulched.
Oh, that's great! So, I didn't know that. Yeah,
we're completely mulched, so the terrain isn't crazy.
Really cool.
But you know, if we get a downpour, an inch or two in an hour or something, it could play havoc on the parking lot. And that's where when you get hundreds of cars going in and out, it's just, you know, I would rather call it and we have a safe night. And then what happens if we call it, we're going to go hit another haunted house. We'll get on we'll get on our buddy's school bus and cruise up to Terror 217, which is a great haunted house up in Root House. Adam and Teenum, they've been doing it a long time there. And, or we'll shoot over and go to the darkness or
really
go,
cool.
You know, so we you know, it is a kind of a cutthroat business.
Right.
But to me, if you're a haunted house fan, you're going to come visit haunted houses.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what.
You're going to go see.
You want to see them all.
Yeah. But our partnership with Terror 217 is we've been great friends since we started. Actually, they're the ones that helped me out on a lot of things. So I commend them. And like Mr. I can't remember his name right now, but who owns The Darkness and Creepy World and all that, Larry Kirchner. That guy is a brilliant man in this industry. I mean, he's highly, you know, looked at as the top guy, you know, one of the top guys. I mean, you go into Creepy World, I mean, you got $2-3 million worth of wow factor.
Oh, I bet.
You know, our wow factor is the woods. We create really cool sets. We got awesome actors and actresses, and we do have some cool animatronics, so we bring that wow factor to you as well.
That's really cool.
Now, we can't forget to have people vote.
Vote, yes. Man, give me a high five. That's yes.
Did Steve just have to remember something for you?
So 100%. So if you go to hauntedillinois.com, and we actually voted #1 top customer choice of haunted attraction last year.
Are you serious?
Out of all Illinois.
That's incredible, man.
Haunted attraction. So you got haunted attraction and haunted house. Haunted house is an indoor facility. Haunted attraction, outdoor facility.
Really cool. And we're on the website now real quick just to kind of tell people where to go here. How do we vote? Show us where.
You're going to have to go to, I think it starts in the end of September.
Okay.
And you got me right on the spot, don't you? But it should say on there somewhere, vote for vote for your favorite haunted attraction or haunted house, and then you just go for it. You go down, click Our Acres of Terror or Terror 217 or whoever you like the most, and go for it. But we did. We actually got the logo. We can put it on our flyers and on our T-shirts this year.
That's awesome.
That we were voted #1 last year for haunted attraction by customers.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And this, one other thing, teaming up with Steve, we are this year starting. We've done a little bit in the past. But this year, a portion of our proceeds are starting to go to Got Faith.
That's wonderful. I mean, truly wonderful. And why don't we? Do you have a moment to stick around?
Don't forget the socks.
Socktober.
You bring a pair of socks.
He forgot. He needs another C4.
I gave you a pair of socks.
You need another C4.
Right, I forgot about that.
Holy peppermint sticks.
Holy peppermint sticks. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna team up with Steve on this. And we'll put it out on social media as well. If you bring in a pair of socks,
brand new
in the package.
There you go.
Good disclaimer.
Brand new. We're gonna have a drawing out there as well for some amazing prize, and that's what you're doing as well.
Same thing. Yes.
Okay,
that's incredible.
And that'll go to the homeless in the area.
Really cool.
Okay,
it's just really cool. You guys got a moment to stick around?
For sure.
I just got to pay one last bill of the show. It's $10.50, a little bit of change. Hey, before I take a quick break, Alton Little Theater getting ready for Making God Laugh. This is a really feel-good performance getting ready to take center stage. They're the oldest, most continuous little theater in Illinois. Yep, it's amazing. One of the oldest in the country. And at Alton Little Theater, they're embarking on their 91st season. You can still save big on season tickets for only $65 per show or per ticket. You know what $65 gets you near the Fox? A quarter of a parking spot that's not in a fenced-in gate. Not here in Alton Little Theater. It's Kevin Frakes' final couple of shows with Alton Little Theater after a hell of a run, and he ends it with the Christmas Carol at the end of the year. So mark your calendars for that. Plus, speaking of Halloween, Rocky Horror Picture. You got to be careful saying that word. Rocky Horror Picture Show will be taking center stage at midnight on Halloween night. That's going to be really cool. So much fun coming down the pipeline. AltonLittleTheater.org or call the box office 618-462-3205.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
She better not leave me and go after Hollywood.
Welcome back. 10:54. A little bit of change on this Wednesday morning. We got Steve, Ron, God, Faith, R. Acres of Terror.
And candy cigarettes.
So the reason being is Lacy McDonald, who does our weekly history segment, knows I'm trying to quit smoking, so she bought me a pack of cigarettes to get me.
Good way to do it. There you go. Cool. We'll pray for you on that.
Thank you.
100%.
I need a lot of.
Are you doing all right with it?
It's tough. It's a fight.
It is tough.
Yeah,
it is tough.
7 years of it. You don't realize how much you do it until it's gone.
Yeah.
But I mentioned chess in a very nice connection earlier. I just want to throw that out there. I don't do too many good things on this show, but that was good. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
You have a chess tournament coming up.
Yes, it's coming up the 18th, which is next Wednesday. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. at the Got Faith Ministry building. The winners. And if we've got so many, I'd love to get people from St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri's like the chess.
It is.
It's
It's the chess capital of the world.
I would love to get people from Missouri over there. And if we've got so many people, we're going to go to the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the 29th, the two winners are going to Pierre Marquette to play the chess game up there.
The big one.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
29th
like that.
At 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. And then the winner of that gets a free night stay at Pierre Marquette.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that
Pierre
cool?
Marquette's nice.
It is a nice spot.
Yeah.
Now, how do you sign up?
Well, just call us.
Okay.
Call me. We got our phone number on there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can
and we'll link it all.
Yeah, Got Faith. Just give me a call.
And how many you're looking to fill? 50?
I would love to fill out that whole. The only thing is we've only got 5 chess games. So if you play chess, bring your own game, and then we can put you over here, there. We can put you all over the building.
Yeah.
Our building's huge.
It is.
Yes.
Well, and we'll link all that too, because that'd be wonderful. So
and it's our first year of doing it. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly, but who cares? Right?
You're doing it.
We're doing it.
Right.
That's what it's all about. Just give it a try.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the problem in life. Everyone's scared to try new things anymore.
Right.
Everyone's got to be secure. It's like, hell, jump off the cliff and see what happens.
Right. Let's get it.
Yeah.
That parachute normally deploys.
Right.
But the big thing too, last year we talked about it with Jeremy. And yourself.
Yes.
This golf tournament is coming around the corner. The second annual Got Faith tournament up here at Rolling Hills. This is this weekend.
Yes. This
Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow, we're getting close. Okay, is there still time to sign up?
Yes, please do. And it's just go on the Got Faith website, and all that information is on there. Got Faith Ministries.
You can call 618-410-4010 to
Jeremy there.
Call Jeremy and just be involved in this. Now, it's $320 a team, $80 per individual, or how about this? Sponsor a hole for $100.
Holy peppermint sticks.
That's what I think we could do.
Our Acres of Terror will take one of those.
Holy.
And I don't take commission, Steve. It's just amazing.
Man.
All right.
You can also call 618-567-5877. But Steve, you are busy. You're always out in the community and moving.
Yeah.
But what's it mean to have, organizations like Our Acres that gives you that spot?
It is awesome.
It seems like, though, it gives you a jolt of energy, though.
Yes.
It really does, man, just talking with you.
I mean, it's... what is it, the last one, I think? Or the first one?
Brandon?
Is it the last or first? Where they bring all the people there?
The last weekend.
Yeah. And it's just unbelievable. There's 40, 50...
60 to 70 now.
Yes.
Wow.
And all dressed up.
That's incredible.
To take a picture
Yeah.
for their thing. But, before they do that, they pray. And I just think that is so awesome, to me.
You know what I think is so cool about that aspect of it, too? I think that comment alone just shows you where, how great things are. Because, in life all the time, we're always, we always are biased. I don't care what anyone says. You're always going to judge something and prejudge. if you see somebody with half a head missing, you know, because of a mask on, and then a machete going through his forehead, you know, sitting there signing the cross, your perspectives are going to change on a lot of things. And I think that's always good to point out too, because you might look at somebody and think, oh, wow, but not realize they're just like we are, you know, and just like you are too. It's really cool, man.
People. And then for them to just what he just did there was amazing.
Well, how many holes do you need?
I don't know. That's
all right. Come on, everybody out there.
We need 9 more at least.
If you're a business owner, come on, $100.
There you go.
You spend that on filling gas up.
No kidding.
So throw Got Faith $100 and match the R acres of terror and help them fill those spots.
That's 3 boxes of cereal anymore.
Right. or 4 C4s. Or C3s. Those things are $8 a piece.
Wow.
Jet fuel's getting expensive.
You bet. Hey, I had, do we got time for a real quick story?
Yeah, you go for it.
Just the other day, I went to Dollar Tree to pick up some batteries. Cheapest place to get batteries, honestly. I was in my car. I got a phone call. I answered it, and I didn't know who it was. It was one of those things, the visual thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I never do that.
Right.
But for some reason, I hit it. It was, what do you call them? A pocket
Oh,
dial.
yeah.
Pocket dial.
Butt dial.
Butt dial. And I couldn't figure out who it was, so it was 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out who this was talking, and there were 2 people talking. So it was anyway. I figured out who it was, and prayed for him. I hung up the phone. I walked into Dollar Tree, opened the door, and man comes out, and hey, how are you doing? How you doing? Go in, get batteries, and I'm going back to get some Pepsi back there. I'm way back in the back. This same guy, a few minutes later, comes in, and he says, hey, I'm so glad I ran into you today. Here, this is for Got Faith. A check for $140.
That's cool.
Nice.
But if that butt dial...
If the butt dial,
Yeah,
what the hell
you
you
would-
up?
yeah.
You know? So that's God. That's how God works in my life. Because I would have never ran into that guy.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
just a split second, a minute.
Isn't that cool?
It's
really cool.
To me, but that's the kind of stuff that happens to me all day long.
So butt dial Mr. Pegram.
Yeah.
And it might throw him another.
Yeah, and let him know, hey, you got a $100 check for the golf tournament.
And just know that Steve prayed for you. During
Exactly. During that butt dial.
Yeah.
I'm out of time to all of you. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We'll be back here tomorrow with more. Ray Hartman calls us with reaction from the news out of Missouri. We got a busy show on top of that, too. So until then, do as I always say, and that's just try your best to get over here, stay out of jail.